Hi, welcome to Video Games Revisited. Today we're going to be playing The Lion King on the Game Gear. This game is a side-scrolling platform game based on the movie of the very same name. It takes place across 10 different levels and roughly follows the plot of the movie. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it does a good job of following the movie. It's only the lack of animations and cutscenes that let it down in this respect. Across these 10 levels you'll find yourself in the African plains, jungle, the elephant graveyard, a series of caves, and even to Pride Rock for the final stage. There are even regular bonus levels where you get to play as Pumbaa in a minigame where you catch as many bugs as you can. The level designs are all very unique and well put together and look great too. I must say I was a little disappointed that we didn't have the same Stampede level that the 16-bit versions had. I remember how impressive the head-on view of the Stampede was at the time, and I'd never really seen anything like it. Sadly, in the Game Gear version, this has been replaced with a side-scrolling action sequence, which whilst not quite as impressive, it's still quite fun, and I can understand that the Game Gear probably couldn't have coped with a Stampede level like the 16-bit consoles were treated to. The majority of these levels you'll find yourself either climbing or descending to reach the end of the level, and to achieve this there are lots of interactive parts of the scenery that allow you to swing, jump and bounce off of them to get to your intended destination. The platforming staples of water hazards, enemies and even environmental hazards have of course been included to keep the game entertaining, and they're all implemented very nicely. As with a lot of these Virgin Interactive Disney games, the character animation's fantastic. Especially on Simba, the movements are very fluid and fit together smoothly. You start the game as Cub Simba, and your only ability is jumping and a rather pathetic sounding roar. Thankfully this roar can stun some enemies, leaving you free to bounce on top of them and kill them. Other enemies have to either be avoided or pounced on to be killed, and health can be regained by eating small bugs. Like in the movie, after you cross a certain point, Simba will mature into adult Simba, gaining the ability to swipe at enemies to kill them. However, even with this ability, the combat still isn't much fun, and involves more standing in front of an enemy and frantically pressing the button than dispatching of them in a satisfying manner. It would have been nice to feel like more of a badass as adult Simba, and to me the combat is the weakest point of the game. Overall, this is a great platforming game and is certainly worth the play. However, it's probably worth noting that it's not the easiest game in the world. It will take a bit of practice to get through it, and I remember being very critical of how hard the game was when it was first released, with the exception of the last boss, which has got to be one of the easiest end bosses in gaming history. But thankfully it's for good reason, as it ties in nicely with the ending of the movie, which, as I said earlier, is a recurring theme in this game. And I think it actually being a movie game that ties in with the movie kind of elevates its status and gives it a point of respectability, because I for one cannot stand playing a movie game that's got absolutely nothing to do with the film, especially if I was a fan of the film, and it's great to see it done so well here. So that's about it for The Lion King. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.